2020 NFL Pro Bowl on EA Sports. Coming up, the AFC, riding a 3-game winning streak, gets set to take on a hungrier group of rivals from the NFC. I'll check you again at halftime. But for the call of the Pro Bowl, let's hand it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's the 47th meeting of the AFC and the NFC as they battle in the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl game. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, it's the Pro Bowl. You never really know what to expect, so I guess I'll ask you, what do you expect?
Well, in recent years, it has turned into an absolute offensive explosion, hasn't it? Games in the 50s are not out of line. What you're hoping is that some of these great defenders have a chance to adjust and react and maybe narrow that down a little bit. But I will say, this game is tilted heavily towards the offense's advantage.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll run it here with the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
And the play of this offensive line is going to be so important in this game because we saw the sack a minute or so ago. They've got to be able to give their guy time to throw. That means communication and being physical is vital. Otherwise, this could be a long game.
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On the return is Cohen. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the NFC is going to have a short field as they take over 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away. Here's the cream of the crop offensively, the starting unit for the NFC.
And since it's a Pro Bowl roster, you can have 11 guys from 11 different teams trying to get on the same page. You know that's no easy feat. So line communication calls, that's big. Audibles, hand signals, you want to make sure everyone is connected so no one gets hurt.
The starting defense now for the AFC.
And as expected, there's speed and talent everywhere you look on this Pro Bowl roster. Let's keep an eye on the secondary because they're going to be tested in a big way. It's the Pro Bowl. Not many running plays. The ball will be in the air on almost every snap. Fortunately for them, roster full of cornerbacks who are used to playing on an island.
Breeze now. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Breeze to Adam Thielen for an NFC first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Breeze. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Check. General West.
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Here's a carry for Saquon Barkley and the Giants. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Now Breeze on third down. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting him score a touchdown versus holding him to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down.
Well, no surprise there. Extremely reliable during the regular season. Bailed his team out time and again. Knocks another one through, this time in the Pro Bowl.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. A look at the starters defensively now for the NFC.
Malcolm Jenkins entered the NFL as a cornerback and has transitioned to safety, but still retains his good coverage skills.
They run it here with Gordon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Throwing is Mahomes on third. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the NFC will take over 1st and 10. As the offense comes out here, CD, we got to talk about the big one. We've waited for it all season long, down to the final 2 in Miami. All the glitz, all the glamour. What do you think of this matchup, partner?
And a lot of folks thought that this might be Baltimore and San Francisco. They were too...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The sack there by J.J. Watt. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. The NFC with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain? Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to keep it here. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Throwing again on second down. Breeze looking long. That's caught at the 25. A big play. Breeze finding Thomas. 42 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
Flushed out right. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Julio Jones once again the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Again, it's Breeze. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The safety, Jamal Adams, able to break that one up. Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. Breeze to throw again. And a little floater there is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. But now it's third and goal. 2 incompletions haven't moved him any closer. And likely throwing again, you'd have to think on third and goal here. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
80 weapon.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a throw for the All-Pro Kelsey is complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
Here comes Cohen. 1:50 left to go in the second quarter.
Ready.
Remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half. One that's nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. A first throw for the backup Wilson. Steps away. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield now, here's Wilson. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the NFC going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Sliding out of the pocket and finding the tight end Hooper. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 19 on the last play, 19 more here, and another 1st down. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Wilson will throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive,
feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
So we are at halftime with it. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Gurley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And it bangs off the right upright, no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
The drive will start with Connor. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operated.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. This is taken at the 18. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense for the NFC back out there. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. Excellent work that time to get free, and for his exploits, he's going to be left with just a 3rd and 3. First throw now for the backup Trubisky to Barkley on the check down. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake, but he will not make the first down marker, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
43!
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. They'll try and run forward with Connor. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Easy work. It's easy work.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys and continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been. If he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here's the NFC offense set to take over again. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score all time.
Welcome back live to Orlando. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun is Trubisky, forced out to his left. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The NFC's decision to go for it does not pan out. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Khalil Mack picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Mahomes going to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The AFC thus far on third down, they're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. And one thing you'd like to see in a Pro Bowl, a competitive contest. We've got that just like the last 2 seasons, a one-score game as we play here in the 4th.
What I'd love to know, what's the discussion on the sidelines of both teams right now? Because, you know, it's an exhibition-type game, but as you said, as competitive as it is now, these guys are going to want to win. There may be some guys who sub some guys out, trying to get back on the field and try to help their team win down the stretch.
Now a man open down the middle of the field and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad thing. Usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
95-56.
Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Mike, ready? Yellow ladies. Come to my work.
On 2nd and 11 now. Breeze. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So it's the NFC with the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Ready? Yellow lady.
Now Breeze. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Let's get that ball, team. Let's get that ball.
Breeze to throw. But it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 5, 37 seconds to go. They'll look to throw. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are tied in the fourth quarter.
And how many of these guys thought going into this game, after a pretty easy week heading into it, that the pressure would ratchet up now and someone has to make a play, which means someone will have a play made against them and they'll have to live with that for the rest of the year.
It's complete to Hopkins. And he will score. Touchdown AFC. DeAndre Hopkins with time running out. And the AFC has retaken the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. Mahomes to throw. And this is incomplete. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. Now Breeze on the bootleg. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the NFC going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Breeze now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Good. Ready.
To throw is Breeze. Rolling to his right. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. This a long one from 54. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. And right now it all rests on the right foot of Aldrick Rosas. This a long one from 54. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
And this is going to be secured by the AFC.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
So, Charles, a victory for the NFC. Final thoughts on this Pro Bowl?
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement, some big plays to watch, a lot of those great matchups that we don't get to see during the regular season because sometimes teams don't play against each other. And, oh, by the way, no one got hurt. There's the win for everyone. I think the fans enjoyed this one.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.